I'm here in a custom match on Dead by Daylight, and this is the game without filters. And now this is what my game looks like with my filters turned on. Look at that, bro. Beautiful. Alrighty guys, I'm back again with another video. This style of video is gonna be a bit different compared to the other ones that I post on this channel. A few years back, I posted a video in regards to my NVIDIA filters that I use, and I always get the question, why does your game look so good? So yeah, the filters are coming from Reshade, and just a disclaimer, this video is not showing you how to import the Reshade filters into the NVIDIA folder. So yeah, I do not know what to tell you guys who haven't set it up as yet. I would say just see if you could find a video on YouTube or watch a tutorial or whatnot. If you have the exact filters that I have and you want your game looking like mine, let's get into it right now. Alright guys, so we are currently on Dead by Daylight, and this is what it looks like with no filters. It looks like a blurry mess, man. Press Alt-Z to open up the GeForce experience, and then we go to game filter. So I wrote down all of my filters here in a book, so I have it down here, and I'll just go to one of these, and we're gonna add the first filter, which is sharpen. This filter is there just to sharpen the overall image. It's gonna sharpen the environment, sharpen the characters, and it's gonna make everything look crisp. So for the intensity, I have it set at 50%, and I have the ignore film grain set to 15%. So if you want, feel free to crank this up. This will definitely make details a lot more noticeable. But I find if I crank this up way too much, it gets a bit grainy. And yeah, I believe that's what ignore film grain is there for. So you might want to play around with that if you do decide to crank up the intensity. For the next filter, we got brightness and contrast. So this is obviously gonna brighten the game. Okay, so yeah, Dead by Daylight is a very dark game, so this is definitely gonna help to brighten it up. So I got the exposure set to, on the paper here I have 30%. I don't know why I went to 34. Sometimes it changes when you like remove filters and stuff. But anyways, it's at exposure is at 30%. Contrast is at negative 30%. Highlights is at 30%. And we got shadows at negative 10. And gamma is at 0. For the next filter, we got curves. So I have the mode set at Luma. The formula is set to simplified, catmull, ROM, blah, blah, blah. Just, you know, just copy that. And the contrast is set to 0. I have 0 here on the paper, but it says 0.08 or whatever. Yeah, I can't set it to 0 for whatever reason. It's not gonna make much of a difference anyways. For the next filter, which is by far one of the most important filters, colorfulness. This is going to make your game look amazing, man. If you can't get these other filters, colorfulness or anything that alters like the saturation of the game, it's gonna make your game look amazing. So I got it set to, what does it say here? Yeah, 0.5. So if you want it to be more colorful, feel free to like crank this all the way up. So as you can see, it gets way more blue. I find when I like crank up the color too much, if you get a certain map, for example, a farm map that is really saturated, it's gonna make it very bright and hard to see sometimes. Back in the day, I did have my colorfulness set up higher than this, but I found 0.5 to be that sweet spot. So I got the Lim Luma set to 0.5 and the back buffer bits set to 8. Next, we got adaptive sharpen. So this is pretty much doing the same thing that sharpen does, but it's just adding that extra detail. All right, And I have the sharpening strength set to 1. I haven't touched anything else. Yeah, as you can see, it brought out way more detail. So yeah, it's set to 1. As I said earlier, when it comes on to sharpen, if you sharpen it too much, it will get grainy. But if you want to crank this up, feel free to do so. So yeah, we need 2 more filters to finish this off. But guys, just look how amazing the game is looking. Yeah. Okay, next we got ambient light. I believe this adds like a bit more brightness. The alt is set to 0. The all threshold is set to 0.68. The adaptation is ticked on, and the all adapt is set to, I have 4 here on the paper, but I don't know, can I max it out? Oh, I can. There we go. All right, 4. So yeah, that's all I did when it comes on to the ambient light. And for the last filter, we got bloom. For the bloom threshold, it is set to 0.5. Bloom amount is set to 0. And the bloom saturation is set to 0.8. I haven't touched anything else. This red and green thing is gonna like alter the tint of the image, I believe. So I don't really play around with that. We are not done yet. There is also a very important step that also helps with visuals, but this is located in the actual Dead by Daylight game. So yeah, I'm here in a private match now. So if you go over to graphics and you go to quality, you could change it from low to ultra. I play on medium. Alright, and I'll tell you why. So this is it on ultra. I find it makes the game look a lot darker. It brings out more detailing, which is nice. It's all up to your preference anyways, but for me, I'm not really feeling it. It makes the game a bit darker. And this is high. I'm just showing it to you guys in the different resolutions. This is high. Okay. You know what? Let me come up here for a better view of the map. It's always nice to come up on top of the spaceship to see how wonderful this map looks. Alright, this is it in high. This is what I play on. This is medium. I find the lower you go is the more brighter the game gets. And if you want, you could even go to low. Right? And guys, always make sure your screen resolution is max. If you do change your quality, sometimes it lowers your screen resolution. So always make sure it's at 100%. And also, yeah, so as you can see, this is low. Look how bright the game gets. Also, if you do play on like low and medium, it takes less stress off of your PC as well. If you play on ultra, it will put more stress on your PC. But yeah, guys, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.